It's been a while. Anyways, in this video, we're going to be covering the fastest way, like the single fastest way to get jacked, right? And I know it's been a while, especially when it comes to like the video format. I've been like spamming the Canva presentation like videos, but now I'm back to the talking head videos, right? If this goes live, right? But I'm back to it. And where have I been, right? Because I've been posting like talking head videos for over a year, right? But then I kind of like stopped and switched to Canva presentation videos, like with the webcam. And the reason is I broke my phone, right? I'm currently recording with the phone, but this is after some time, like after I broke it, right? I haven't fixed it yet, but after some tweaking and all that, because like, take a look. Now it looks good, right? But if I tweak the lighting a bit, see? It looks a bit broken. Look. It's like there's cracks on the screen, so. But I found a way like to properly do it. Some tweaks here and there. Alhamdulillah, it works, right? So, bro, if you're new to the channel, who am I? My name is Muhammad, and I've been training for over 3 years now, consistently. This is what I currently look like. And I've made some good progress, right? I'm not like fully jacked and all, but I've made progress, right? Like, take a look, man. Yeah. So, I would say like I've made progress, right? Like, here's some other, like, my arm transformation, whatever. Anyways, I am credible in what I'm talking about, right? So, what's the fastest way to getting jacked, right? Because you want to get jacked, right? That's the reason you clicked on this video, right? So, let's begin. So, first of all, getting jacked is basically being muscular and lean at the same time. So, how do you reach that point? You have to build the muscle, get muscular, and then lean down, right? So, how do you think you would get to that? Of course, because like there's lots of method. There's like this, there's that, and all that. You might have heard about main gaining, right? You might have heard about bulking, dirty bulking, lean bulking. You heard about lots of things, right? But here's the thing. Here's like the full blueprint. So, bro, if you're not fat right now, bulk. Why do you bulk? Because bulking is the single best way to build muscle. Now, what's bulking? Bulking is basically eating more while training so you can build muscle in the single like fastest way, right? Single best way, right? Because if you're like cutting, like trying to lose fat, you'll probably lose muscle or like barely keep muscle, right? So losing fat is not like eating in a deficit. It's like the worst way to try to gain muscle, right? The single best way to gain muscle is to go on a bulk, right? Even if you're fat at this like fat at the start and then now you lean down all that, you have to go on a bulk, right? I know it's kind of uncomfortable, especially for me. Like I used to be a fat, right? Like here's a before picture. I used to be fat, and then I lost the fat, and then I had like this. I've hated the idea of bulking. Like no, not really hated it, but I didn't really like it as much because I was gonna gain some fat, and I've really hated gaining the fat because after I lost the fat, alhamdulillah, after years of trying, I never regained it, right? But it was this thing that I kind of hated, right? But you gotta do what you gotta do, man, right? Because bulking is the single best way to gain muscle. Of course, I'm not saying just to eat everything and get fat. No, do it in a proper way. It requires more discipline than like cutting and all that because you have to eat a little bit more, right? Like that's the way you can lean bulk. Because lean bulking is the single best way to bulk, right? You eat a little bit more, not really like crazy amounts, but eating a bit more to the point that you're gaining strength in your lifts and everything, and you're also gaining muscle and gaining weight, right? And of course, for like 6 months, 8 months, you're gonna have gained some strength and muscle and also some fat, right? So after gaining some fat, you lean down again. You get down to like 15% body fat or whatever, like lean down, get rid of the fat, and then you're gonna be like with more muscle and lean this time, right? And you rinse and repeat. You go again on a bulk, gain more muscle, and then lean down. And you keep repeating this until you get jacked and like reach your dream physique. Because bro, it's that simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it to go like main gaining and all that. Because what's main gaining? Main gaining is basically eating a little bit more so you can gain muscle and like avoid getting fat or gaining any fat, right? But like that's not the best way to gain muscle because gaining muscle is slow. Why make it even slower? Right? Because bulking is the single fastest way to gain muscle, right? And still, it is slow, right? So, bro, go on a bulk and forget the main gaining propaganda, right? Go on a bulk and get jacked. And I'm currently bulking as well. And yeah, that's it. That's the fastest way to getting jacked, right? So, bro, that's it. And bro, if you're serious about reaching your dream physique, DM me on Instagram. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Take action. Assalamu alaikum.